It's Thursday, which means it's Thirsty Thursday, so make sure you drink something. If it's G Fuel, use code ESPRESSO for 10% off your order. But also with Thursday means another update for Call of Duty across Warzone, Cold War, and even Modern Warfare. This week we have a little bit more to talk about than our traditional playlist refreshes that we have every single week. A little bit more happened here today. So we're going to break down everything you can expect to see and what you should be in the know with in terms of what happened out of today's update. So as we go along, let me know your thoughts down below. How do you like this update for this week? Do you like it? Maybe not so much. Where are you spending your time gaming here this week? Feel free to let me know. And as well, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like down below. If you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Warzone, Cold War, and anything COD related. We're on that road to 400,000 subscribers, so if you're interested in joining the community, I'd love to have you. But said, let's talk about the update at hand. Firstly, let's start out with some of the lead-off items here at this. The Outbreak event that we saw introduced with Season 2 has actually gone away now within Warzone and Cold War, or at least within Cold War. If you take a look at it, that is no longer there within the menu for Cold War, though as the time of recording this, it actually still is displayed with a time left stuck at 0 seconds within Warzone. So I'd imagine that goes away by like end of day, but who knows? It seems like you can still actually progress some of your challenges as well within Warzone as a result of that. I ended up getting one in Plunder while checking out some of the new zombie spawn locations, but that's something that probably isn't supposed to be happening here at that. But if you're like me in the normal sense here, once this goes away, if it didn't get that Teal Drop 1911 or that Gray Matter Tundra blueprint, it seems like those are going to be gone for good and logged in the category of the rarest blueprints for Warzone. But as for the other items introduced in conjunction with the Outbreak event, some of those things will still be sticking around for a little bit of time. Of course, Outbreak isn't going anywhere as a mode in Cold War. The reactive bundles in the shop, like the Maxis and the Dead Ops arcade bundles, are still available there to my knowledge, though I would imagine though that free bundle with the M16 blueprint, the Outbreak free bundle, I'd imagine that is going away, so if you haven't picked that one up, that may be lost as well. But the things like the Warzone ship are staying. Naturally, that point of interest isn't just receding back into the ocean or anything like that, but we actually do have a little bit to discuss in relation to that, but that's coming in a second. Additionally, we also saw that there was a new weapon of the E-Tool introduced with this update today. We saw the introduction of a new weapon, the first of Season 2's post-launch weaponry, and if it holds at the same pace, it seems like that sniper coming later in season may actually be happening within 2 weeks or so here at that, so keep an eye out for that one as well. But the E-Tool is a military-grade shovel that is available in both the shop and the in-game challenges to unlock organically. We'll get to the shop in a few minutes here once we get all the functional content and new additions and playlists and stuff out of the way, but for the organic unlock, it's available in-game via challenges of using melee weapons, kill 3 enemies without dying in 15 different matches. So pretty standard for your weapon unlock challenges, though with 15 matches being that prerequisite, it may take a little bit more time to complete than others. Now, again, this is your traditional melee weapon. Is it incredibly game-changing? No, not so much, but it's nice to see a new weapon introduced here post-Season 2 launch. Now, the next thing, though, that I want to talk about is that of Warzone's spreading contagion. The zombies are finally spreading, or kind of, because they actually just move. They didn't quite spread, so if you were to go and take a look at Shipwreck, there is no machine to spawn zombies. There are no zombies just lying around. Instead, they actually went to prison. So if you go into the lower portion of the prison complex, that catwalk leading to the main control room of the cell block is where you'll end up seeing the activation console. If you activate it, though, it will spawn zombies in that entire inner portion and underground portion across the multiple levels of the cell blocks. So just be conscious of that. You'll have some multi-level fighting there. But as mentioned, talking about the Outbreak event, some of this stuff still seems to be bugged, so you may still be able to get a couple of challenges out of this, but you can check that out. That furthers the narrative here that we end up seeing within Warzone's storyline as of this season. But I'm honestly incredibly surprised that we didn't see anything in relation to at least the shifting or the spreading of the zombie outbreak during the Outbreak event. Instead, they did it afterwards, given, of course, that we had very specific challenges in just one location, so made it harder for players to accomplish what they may have wanted. But the zombies have gone again from Shipwreck to prison, so just be aware of that. But interestingly enough, we also did get a blog post from Call of Duty detailing this further, again, talking about the narrative direction, and it's kind of cool. It's from a sort of in-universe perspective that it's being told that the government of Katsovia is looking into it, so they're aware of it. Be cautious if you go near there, but as with every single Zombies Outbreak movie, why do they downplay it, man? We know what's gonna happen. It's not looking good for that. That's just something I found pretty funny here, that they played into the cliche and the trope of zombie outbreak movies. But that's the new stuff outside of playlists that were added in here at this. In terms of playlists, we see, of course, again, refreshes in Cold War, Warzone, as well as in Modern Warfare. On the Cold War side of things, though, before we jump into the playlist, they actually did add a smaller edition in which they added patch notes now to the message of the day. So you can check that there as well as their blog for in-depth postings on anything that may happen with it. But in terms of the playlist updates, we saw the big lead off this week was St. Patrick's Stockpile. Stockpile being a returning game mode from Black Black Ops 4, and from Black Ops 3 it was Fracture, so it might be something you're familiar with, but the difference here is that it's just thematically changed. You have St. Patrick's themed shamrocks instead of tags or Fracture bits that you can collect, and unlike regular Kill Confirmed, you can end up taking this in bulk and being able to deposit multiple tags at the same time. So it's a fun game mode, try it out and give it a go. Outside of that, we also saw that Gun Game, Nuketown 24/7, Snipers Only Mosh Pit, Gunfight Blueprints, Face Off, and Fireteam Dirty Bomb are also there on that main menu as the featured game modes. Jumping over to Warzone, though, we ended up seeing that we have solos, duos, trios, and quads as per normal. Though introduced this week again is Kingslayer Trios, which is a multi-team team deathmatch style of play in Verdansk. We saw Rebirth Resurgence Trios, which is of course your regular Resurgence and Rebirth experience, and then Plunder Quads, which is just traditional Plunder. There is no multiplier or anything like that like you'd see in Blood Money, so it's just a regular Plunder experience. As for Modern Warfare, that's where we end up seeing Boots on the Ground War, Blueprint Gunfight, Face Off, Realism Gun Game, and then What Objective, which is basically your kill plus objective mosh pits that we've seen in the past, like Deathmatch Domination and the Hardpoint and Headquarters variations of that, but all put into one singular mosh pit and game mode that you can play. So those are the game modes on offer as of this week, and the only other things introduced as of this week come in the way of the shop items. There's a few added up front and a few things coming over the course of the next week, but as always, if you'd like to pick up any of these items and support the channel a little further, like Roger, Tommy, Ryan, and Lawson have, feel free to use code ESPRESSO in the in-game item shop. It's entirely optional, but if you wish to support the channel a little further, tweet me a picture and I'd love to shout out some of your generous support in upcoming videos. But introduced this week with the update were 2 mainline featured bundles, and then one that is relatively new that we haven't quite discussed yet, and then we'll see 2 more coming over the course of the next week as well. Firstly, the Tool of War bundle was introduced. This bundle again being that sort of pass-through so that you can end up getting the E-Tool melee weapon if you want it that badly right out of the gate. It's something that for 1400 COD points comes along with the Bunker Duster, E-Tool Blueprint, the Revolutionary Garcia skin, the Pinch Reticle, the Cuban Links accessory, the Entrenching Charm, and the Club Force sticker. Now, unlike regular weapon blueprints, this really isn't affected by the fact that you can't use the Gunsmith to unlock or alter attachments because you don't have the base weapon unlocked just yet. There's nothing here outside of just the weapon level that you'd end up progressing if you didn't unlock the base weapon. So this is one of those things that it actually truly is instant access, whereas other primary weapons and secondary weapons aren't exactly the case. So that's available on offer. Then in the theme of getting ready for St. Patrick's Day, they introduced the Shamrocked bundle with the Red Adler skin, the Shamrocked vehicle skin, the Had Enough finishing move, the Leprechaun charm, the Lucky charm, and then 2 tier skips for your battle pass for 1100 COD points. Also introduced as of the last couple of days is an interesting bundle that we've seen here that isn't available for COD points, but instead is available for $20 of actual currency. That coming with the Carbon Sentinel Stitch skin, the Carbon Steel FFAR Blueprint, the Carbon Composite RPD, the Dangerous Emblem, the Stealth Sentinel Calling Card, and 2400 COD points, all again for that base of $20. Now, what's interesting is that it depends on how you look at this. Either the skins are free or the COD points are free, because $20 would normally get you 2400 COD points. But you end up getting those 2400 COD points with just simply that price point of $20. And again, those skins are extra. So that's something that was introduced as the last couple of days. Maybe worth checking out if you're at all interested into that kind of stuff. But as for this upcoming week, we have the Tracer Pack Lucky coming on the 16th. And then as of this weekend, the Montezuma's Curse bundle with the ultra rare Bullfrog, which is the Mastercraft for that, and a couple of other items as well. So those will be introduced at a later point, but that's the shop offerings and also what rounds out what was introduced here as of this week within this update for Cold War, Warzone, and Modern Warfare. So I think that's where we're going to wrap it up. I would love to get your thoughts and feedback down there in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of this update so far? Personally, I'm very much so looking forward to seeing what happens next within Warzone. Kind of thought the Outbreak would just spread, not simply move or shift. So we'll see if that happens here in time, but that's where we're at. So love to get your thoughts, drop them down below, but hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Warzone, Cold War, and anything COD related. We'll keep you up to date with all of it. If you also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, there's the best places to get connected on YouTube. Practically live on both those. So if you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, that link is down there in the description below. But said, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.